Hi, my name is Mr. Exum and welcome to my EdTech channel where I show you how to get the most out of technology in the classroom. This video shows you how to get started with Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a brilliant social learning platform that allows you to start a topic discussion with your class which they can all contribute to with short video or screen capture. It's fun, it's engaging and it gets everybody in the class involved. So let's get started. So to get started, go to flipgrid.com and you're going to do educator sign up. It is all completely free. It's all owned by Microsoft and they have made everything completely free to educators. So it's a brilliant tool for everybody to use. So you can go to here, educator sign up, and you can sign up either with Google or with Microsoft. So click whichever option you want to do and then you can log in. Okay, so once you're logged in, you get to your dashboard, and this is where you can manage all of your grids. Now, what is a grid? Well, a grid is a class, basically, a group that you want to work with. So you'll see here, I've got some for Biology Set 1, I've got one for 4th Form, here's a Spanish class here. So you set up a grid for each of your classes that you want to use this with. So let's get started by making a new grid. So I'm going to click the Add New Grid button, and I've got some boxes to fill in here. So I'm going to call this Biology Set 2. Okay, so on the grid types, you've got a couple of options here. If you want your grid to be completely public and open to anybody anybody can contribute, then obviously choose the public one down here. If you're working with younger students who don't have necessarily a school email address, then you can choose the iStudent ID option. But most people will probably be choosing the school email option, and this allows you to make sure that they verify with their school email account before they're allowed to contribute to the grid. They don't need to set up a whole Flipgrid account for this. They can access it via the Flip code, which you're going to share with them later, and then they'll just be asked to verify their email before they contribute. And I think that's great because it keeps it secure, and it means the only people who are going to be looking at that grid are the people who have the information that's shared with them to access it, and also an email address to verify. So it's automatically recognized my school email address, and so it will think that we want anybody with the same ending to their email address to be added on, which is ideal. So I'm going to click next to that, and there we go. I've got my grid. My grid is ready, and I can share that straight away within Google Classroom or straight onto Teams and put it into a particular class channel on Teams, or straight into a particular assignment on Teams, which is fantastic. But for now, I'm just going to go to my grid because I haven't actually added any topics yet, which is the next thing to do. So here's my grid. Now, by clicking the Edit Grid button, I can customize my grid. I can change some of the features. I can personalize it by changing the background, maybe something a little bit more to do with my subject. I can add a co-pilot if I've got another teacher who I want access to this grid as well, so we can both work on it, which is really, really fantastic. Okay, now, by default, Flipgrid has added this topic here called Say Hello on Flipgrid. This is an opportunity for each student to introduce themselves into this grid. You can always change topics into any of these three statuses at any time. For now, I'm going to hide that. I don't want them to do that, actually. I'm going to create my own topic. So a topic within Flipgrid is a discussion point. And within here, I've got loads of options for creating a topic. Some really important things to make sure that we get right at this stage when we're creating our topic. So my topic is going to be about gene ethics. I want them to have a discussion on that. Now here I've got a recording time. This is important. I can do as small as 15 seconds or up to 10 minutes. Okay, I can add a question here on some stimulus text. So I've given a question here that I want them to think about. So once you've added your question, you've got the next section down, which allows you to add some focus to this topic. Now, this is some kind of stimulus that's going to help them answer the question that you want them to discuss. And you've got loads of great options here. You can record your own video, which I'm going to do and show you how to do that in a minute. You can upload a video that you've already pre-recorded or add content from YouTube, Vimeo, images, etc. You can add documents from Google Docs or OneDrive, documents on Microsoft. There are loads of options here, which is fantastic. So to record a video, which I think is a great idea because the students then see you and you're demonstrating how to do it yourself, is you click on that button. It will ask you for permission from your computer to share your webcam with the browser if it's the first time, so you click allow for that, and then you get into the Flipgrid recorder, which is what this looks like. And it's really simple to use. You've got loads of great options to customize your videos. You can change the filters, you can add text in, you can add stickers in, all sorts of stuff you can add onto your video. And something I'm going to show you, which is fantastic, is a new option in Flipgrid, which is screen recording. Now, screen recording allows you to capture your screen. So this is really good if you want to show the students something, but actually I think even more interesting is if you get the students to share their screens. They can all do this when they're recording videos to the topic as well. So for example, you could actually get, during remote learning, each student in the class to give a 5-minute PowerPoint presentation, and everybody will be able to watch each other's as if they were just doing it in the classroom. So students can do the screen capture option as well. It's very simple. Click start screen recording. You've got usual options when you're sharing your screen in Chrome, for example. You can do your entire screen or a particular application window, or a tab within Chrome. I'm going to do my entire screen. Click share, gives you a little countdown, and off you go. It's now recording what's going on my screen, and I can show a particular document and talk through that. And when I'm ready finished, I click stop. It's now recording what's going on my screen, and I can show. So there we go. That's absolutely brilliant. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to upload a normal recording. So I'm going to click on the little video button, and I'm going to start my recording. Hi guys, right, you've seen the question in the topic. Think about it carefully and use your notes that we've made on this topic to help you answer it. I want good scientific reasoning, okay, not just your opinion. It needs to be based on evidence, on fact, on genuine scientific concerns, one way or the other for this argument. Hi guys, right, you've seen the question. So you've got edit option, okay, in terms of trimming and things like that, which is great. You can trim your video on the edit, and when you're ready, click confirm. You just move through the little next. It will ask you to take a little selfie, which is kind of like a sort of thumbnail. So I'm just going to add my text back in here. And here's my video, all ready to go. So I've added my stimulus straight into the page there. But you may think, oh, I want to add other information as well. Don't worry, you can add further topic attachments. Up to 9 external links can be added. You just need the URL. So there's a YouTube video I also want to watch, which I've added here. In terms of other options, you've got some options here in terms of controlling the status of the topic. So you can start it as hidden if you're not ready to launch it yet, or you can in fact schedule it here in terms of when it becomes active and when it becomes frozen. You can switch on student replies if you want them to be able to reply to other videos, although sometimes you may want to switch that off, and you may want to moderate what gets uploaded, so you can switch that on and it won't go onto the topic publicly until you have approved it. Video features, these are all pretty self-explanatory, but I think what's quite good is to switch off likes and to switch off view count. And this takes away the kind of competitive element of how many views the students get on their videos, which is not really what you want this to be about. You can still see them as the teacher, how many views each video has had, but they won't be able to see that on each other's or their own. So that's probably a good thing to do. And you can add feedback in Flipgrid to the video responses that you get from the students. You've got the basic feedback as default, which allows you to give a short video response back to them again, or some text feedback. Or perhaps if you're doing something more specific like some oral work, some language oral work that has particular criteria that you need them to meet, you could choose the custom feedback option and add that criteria in there. But when you're done, you just click the create topic button. And here we go. Your topic is ready, and we get our link here, which is what the students need to be able to contribute to the topic. So you have obviously a grid code you can share with the students that allows them to get onto the whole sort of grid where there'll be all the different topics for that particular class. However, sometimes you just want to share just that topic with them. And again, we've got sharing options like Teams and Google Classroom. The other option you've got is a QR code, which can be really useful. You can use this on printouts or notice boards around your room, just to allow students to scan quickly and to very quickly add a response to a particular topic. So it's a really, really good way of sharing topics. And when you're all done, you just click All Set, and we're into our topic page. And this is where I'll start to see the responses down here. I've got that flip code again if I ever need to get it back, but I can also click that share button again to get the share options available again if I need them at a later time. And there's further actions under there, and also I can get back in to edit that topic again there. It's worth mentioning that Flipgrid has the Immersive Reader built in, which is Microsoft's accessibility tool, which is absolutely brilliant. So anything that's in Flipgrid, you can go into the Immersive Reader for students to be able to, they can have it read aloud to them, or they can change the preferences in terms of line focus, font size, paper color, etc. I'm going to make a completely separate video about the Immersive Reader in Microsoft, so if you're interested in how that tool works, check out that video as well on my channel. So back to Flipgrid, and I'm on my topic here. Let's take all the way back to the beginning, my grids, my dashboard when I log in. Here is the grid I set up. This is for that particular class. I can click on that. Here are my topics. Again, I can make them hidden, active, whatever I want to do. And what is interesting is the view as student option. I can view the topic as a student, or I can view the whole grid as if it was a student. So that's quite useful because you can check what it looks like to students. So here I'm going to click on that. This is what students would be prompted with. They'd be prompted with this information here, how to log in. They log in with their email, and this is how it looks to a student. And for them, they just click the big plus in order to start their response. I'm going to make a separate video on how students make responses in Flipgrid, so check that one out and share that with your students when it's time for them to make response to a particular topic. There's also a fantastic element within Flipgrid up here called Shorts. Now again, I'm going to make a separate video on this, but check that one out. Really, really useful little feature that they've added recently to Flipgrid as well. So that's the basics of how to use Flipgrid, a really powerful tool. Be sure to check out my other Flipgrid videos for further functionality. For now though, I hope that was really useful, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. See you next time.